Well, if anything, at least Tom Holland actually looks like he's in high school. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we are going to be talking about the film Spider-Man Homecoming. It's the latest iteration of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, and the Sony Marvel joint project with Spider-Man. And so, how did it turn out? Is it better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2 that I didn't like that much earlier this year? Let's find out. First thing we have to talk about, obviously, is Tom Holland as Spider-Man, as Peter Parker. He does a really good job encapsulating this character, I thought. Both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, they had their own different versions of the character, and they both had their own little quirks to his personality. But Tom Holland, he is like a teenager in real life, and so he does have these genuine personality quirks to him. And you just get this really sense that he is supposed to be in this role. He doesn't look like a 25-year-old trying to play a high schooler, and that is really appreciated. You also see the usual high school drama, romance-esque things going on. You have Flash making fun of Peter because he thinks that, oh hey, I'm friends with Spider-Man. No, you're not really, blah, 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 that type of stuff. It's a small thing, but one thing that I really did like is that Flash Thompson, who in the other two iterations, from what I remember, plays this really dick of a jock type of person. And in this version, he's on this knowledge-esque team that Peter and Michelle and all these really smart kids are on with Peter, and it's really kind of a neat thing to see that that's what they're kind of bickering about. It's not, oh hey, I'm a jock so I'm better than you. It's just like, I'm smarter than you, so deal with it. So overall, I really enjoyed Tom Holland as Peter Parker in Spider-Man. I thought that he did a very good job. I enjoyed his relationship with Robert Downey Jr., which is played out throughout the course of the film. More or less, what you've seen from the trailers is how it goes. Starts out, gives him the suit, Peter plays with the suit, hacks the suit, ends up having to give it back to Tony Stark eventually, and then he goes back to his old suit, has to fight in his old suit, prove that he is the hero that he needs to be even without the suit, that type of stuff. But I was really happy that Robert Downey Jr. did not try to steal this film whatsoever. They kept his scenes very short, very limited, and he really didn't have a huge presence in this film, and it's something that I liked. Michael Keaton as the Vulture, I think, is one of the better MCU villains that they've had in quite some time. We get a look at his backstory. He was basically part of a construction crew that was trying to clean up the events of the first Avengers film, trying to clean up this alien tech, and then he gets booted out by someone who's hired by Robert Downey Jr. and Tony Stark to clean up the mess instead. He gets pissed off, he steals some alien tech, starts developing weapons with it, and makes his living off of that. Doesn't have any issues until Spider-Man rolls in the town. And I enjoyed Michael Keaton as the Vulture in this film. He doesn't have like this bird suit, he has this flying suit, but he doesn't have the like vulture-y look to him like he does in the animated show that used to air. He has a lot of charisma to him, and I really enjoyed seeing him and Peter going back and forth as well, and seeing their exchanges on screen. It's not a ton, but when it does happen, it's really fun to see. I also have to mention Jacob Batalon as Ned, Peter's best friend. He had a really fun comedic role in the film, and is basically his computer guy, the guy who's basically like Oracle to Batman, or Felicity Smoke to the Arrow team in Arrow. So I enjoyed his role in this film, and I'm really curious to see where that develops in the course of this 3-film trilogy. Special effects, as you would probably expect, all look very, very good. The web slinging, the action, cinematography, the choreography, all that stuff looks very, very good. Very well done on screen. I really had no issues with that aspect of the film whatsoever. There's a cool kind of twist about a little over two-thirds of the way through the film, which I did not actually see coming, and which kind of threw me, and which I really appreciated. And then the ending also worked well as well. It's more or less a predictable film when you think about it, because it's Spider-Man, you know more or less where the scene is going to go. And so it doesn't have a whole lot of surprises in it, I didn't think, but it was still a fun film. It had me laughing a lot of time as well. There were a lot of times where I was just laughing out loud in the theater. It's just little quips that happen, or just like things which happen on screen which weren't even vocalized. That stuff worked really well in regards to the humor. That said, some of the gags that Spider-Man starts doing towards the end of the film did start to kind of bug me a little bit. It was just because I am more used to the Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, more serious, more stoic Spider-Man, but the gags did start to kind of bug me a little bit, as well as just how new it is obvious that this version of Peter Parker is to himself being Spider-Man. It looks like he's still in year one and completely. Is still figuring out his suit, obviously, and just everything that he is capable of. You really didn't see that for a whole lot of time in the Tobey Maguire trilogy or the Andrew Garfield 2 films, because it seems like they did have their little montage of learning how to use their powers and everything, but they were pretty much masters of their abilities really early on in their movies. So more than anything, I am kind of looking forward to that in the sequel to Homecoming. I just want to see this version of Peter Parker as Spider-Man. Hopefully after the events of Infinity War, he is a master of his powers. He knows how to take guys down. He's tackling more high-level crimes because he's really not doing all that important of things until he gets to his main focus of the film. So it's just those things which kind of did start to bug me a little bit and kind of lowered the film just a tad in my opinion of it. Marvel's also been struggling with their post-credit scenes recently with Guardians 2 and now with Spider-Man. There is one that has a small level of significance maybe for the sequel. Otherwise it's not really anything to stay for. So if you haven't seen it, I'd say stay to the mid-credit scene where you see a character from the film show up, and then you can leave after that because there's really nothing of significance after that point. So guys, those are my thoughts on Spider-Man Homecoming. I thought it was a good, solid, fun film. It was a very well done Spider-Man film, probably one of the better ones of the 5 film stretch that we now have. 6 film stretch that we now have. There's some aspects of this film that I liked more, obviously, and there's some aspects of the Tobey Maguire trilogy that I liked more, and there's some aspects of the Andrew Garfield 2 films that I liked more. So it's kind of a mixed bag for me. I liked a lot of what this film did. Is it the best of the 6? I don't know, in my opinion. I have to rewatch all 5 with the other movies just to see where my opinion currently is on those. But this is definitely worth checking out. I definitely say do it. Obviously, I'm pretty sure you will if you're watching this, because it is a fun film. It's part of the MCU, so you definitely want to check it out if you can. I think anyone who's a fan of Marvel, Spider-Man, or anything in that superhero genre is going to have a fun time with this. But guys, those are my thoughts on Spider-Man Homecoming. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.